Cafe Networking Podcast promotes successful business experts. I'm Tom Rioch, connecting people throughout the world from my podcast studio in Brazil. Joining us today from Cary, Illinois is Linda Grizely, money mindset mentor, financial planner, and motivational speaker, helping women transform their relationship with money and build their financial confidence. So Linda, how can a person transform their money mindset?
Well, Tom, transforming your money mindset involves shifting your beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors surrounding money, and basically fostering a healthier, more positive relationship with your finances overall.
Because we generally run into a rut. When we talk about money, it's sort of a scary thing, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And the root of that are the limiting beliefs that underlie that in the back of our minds, right? So limiting beliefs are what makes us fear things. And they can either be internal or external. So like the example of an internal money belief would be, I'll never be wealthy, right? If you think I'll never be wealthy, you're feeding yourself that story, or somebody's led you to believe that story. And then like an external type of limiting belief would be, money is the root of all evil. If people think that money, that people with money are evil and they're using it for bad, then they're not going to attract money because they've got this negative mindset towards it.
Or afraid to say that they have it because of that.
Right, exactly. Or afraid to say that they have it because of that. So, yeah.
And your focus is helping women. Is that specific for any major reason?
Yeah, I focus on women because I think that we are fed a lot of different stories throughout our lives. Our money story or our money script is based on the things that we're given when we're growing up. It comes from our parents, our families, our teachers, our workplaces. So we are fed a lot of things that make us believe that we should be in a certain place. And it's getting better as time goes on, but we are, we're molded from the time we're babies. So we're taking all that information that we've been fed about what we can and can't do. And that's all ingrained in our subconscious minds.
Well, I agree, because historically, when we would say that some person was a breadwinner, that person generally would be a male figure.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
So now you're helping those women to understand that they are not only the breadwinner, they're also the bread and butter winner today. Exactly.
Yeah. And so it's challenging those beliefs. First of all, you have to realize what those beliefs are, what's in your mind and those underlying beliefs. And that's a process that I go through in helping people uncover those. And then you have to challenge those and say, why am I thinking this? And why should I not be thinking this? And just change that idea that's in your head. And then cultivating, like an abundance mindset, shifting your focus from that to something that is, going from dwelling on that to the opposite of that, right? So focusing and changing your mind on that. And then there's also education, learning about money, learning about things that maybe somebody else always took care of for you before. That's a big thing with women too, is that they just don't know about it because nobody ever talked to them about it. Somebody else just always did it for them.
So really that's financial independence.
Exactly. Freedom, independence. Yes. Learning about it so that you know what to do and you understand it.
And even within a corporate or business sense for women who are now working more often than not, asking for equal pay. That seems to be a challenge worldwide. That's not local, because they've come to realize that for long, long periods, they've been doing the same and being rewarded less. So is that part of the challenge today?
That is part of the challenge today. And it's not just that, but it's also just realizing your own self-worth, because some women don't even realize that they're worth that. And unfortunately, a lot of companies, and that's getting better too, will just pay somebody what they think that they'll take and not necessarily have equal pay across the board. And it's changing. It is changing where bigger corporations have set amounts, but I still feel like women ask for less.
And today, who are your clients? Who looks for you? Who finds you? What is your sweet spot?
So I work generally with either Gen X or millennial women because usually they're a little bit, farther along. But in reality, I can work with baby boomers or Gen Z, whoever's ready to make a change, because it's never too late. That's a limit. You're never too young or too old. That's also a limiting belief, right? I'm too old or I'm too young. So I don't have any of those limiting beliefs here. I'll work with anyone, but but I generally stick with women, and usually in that millennial or Gen X period, at some point, they figure out that they need to do something drastic and that they need to make a change. And so when they figured that out is when they start looking for, what does that mean? What is a money mindset? And what does that mean? And how can I change it? Do I look for a coach? Do I look for a money mindset mentor like myself? And that's usually when they come to me.
And that's part of the planning process once you get involved. And it's really show and tell and help to do.
Yeah. So I actually have two separate business lines. So one of them is financial planning and the other one is completely separate, which is the money mindset, which focuses solely on that mindset. And that actually came about through my financial planning experience. So in working with clients in planning, there were a lot of times when I'd be talking to them about something and I would think like, gosh, they just need to get out of their own way.
Right.
They need to, there's something in there that they believe that's stopping them from seeing what I'm seeing. And that's actually how I came to do the money mindset mentoring, because I have a course that takes people through the process of figuring these things out. But the idea is that if I can empower them to have a broader mindset and to think more realistically and understand what's going on in their head, then overall they'll be more successful financially and they won't have those internal roadblocks that they don't even know they have.
So it's more than just looking at your pocketbook or your check balance. You need to look at yourself and your understanding of money in general.
Absolutely. So in the with the money mindset and mentorship, I only talk to them about what's in their mind. I don't even talk to them about their finances specifically. I don't help them budget. I don't help them figure out their spending or anything like that. I just work with them on figuring out what their limiting beliefs are and how they can make changes to that, which sets them up for success. And then they can work on that education part and separately and learn about, budgeting, forecasting, planning, things like that.
Very good. So how can our listeners find you?
They can find me on LinkedIn, Linda Grizely. That's Grizely. And you'll find the little bear next to my name for the grizzly bear. So I'm pretty easy to figure out who I am by that. And then also on my website, which is mindsetandmoney.com.
Very good. And I think you also offer a number of some information on that for people to delve in a little bit deeper, correct?
Yeah, you can find on my website, and from there you can find my links page right by my social media links. And there you can download some checklists that can get you started on mindset work. And then also there's a link to a free money mindset quiz that is an assessment that's created by psychologists. And it'll give you written feedback about what your money mindset is. And that's a small sampling of some of the quizzes that are assessments that I use throughout my program that were developed by psychologists.
Very good. Well, thanks, Linda, for being here and sharing.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, Tom.
And again, for our listeners, it's Linda Grizely, Linda, the last name Grizely. Find her on LinkedIn. You find her at her site, which is mindsetandmoney.com. Mindsetandmoney.com. Cafe Networking is brought to us by Focus MI Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil. More information at focusmi.com. Talk to Tom, talk to the world. Thanks for listening. Till the next time here at Cafe and Networking Podcast.